All right, so there you have it. I guess we do get to the Hades incident section of the game. So this would be a good as time as any to really talk about KG and what is going on with this guy. I have thought about this so much, I even wrote down like some notes. So let me grab them. All right, buckle up. I don't know how long this is gonna be. Hopefully not too long and not too boring for y'all. But welcome back to Your Turn to Rant, your source for theories and analysis on Nankadai's Your Turn to Die. I am finally back with the next part of my Let's Replay series, where I will be going through Your Turn to Die in its entirety and theorizing, analyzing, and just generally commenting on the game as I play. Don't look at the last time I uploaded a video for my Let's Replay series, okay? That's not important. You know, what's important is that I'm here and I'm ready to play the next part, which is chapter 2, right? Oh my god, this is so bad. Wait, I can check right now. Let's look at the chapters. Doot, doot, doot. Yeah, I believe we're at chapter 2, part 1. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm hoping to get through, I don't know, maybe not halfway through chapter 2 part 1, but at least a decent amount. An hour and a half, you know's worth of the chapter. There are, like, this chapter is the one that I was waiting for because there's a few things in here that I really want to discuss. I mean, you know, this is where we learn about Asunaro for the first time, about the Hades incident, about the memorandum, all that juicy stuff. So I was really looking forward to getting here. Actually, I think we learn about the Is it in chapter 2 or chapter 3 that we learn about the memorandum? My memory is not what it used to be, and it never used to be good, so you know it's bad. Anyway, I'm very excited. I'm very ready to continue, and I am definitely looking forward to seeing how far we get before the final chapter is upon us. But yeah, enough chatting. I need to get into this chapter. Without further ado, let's just hop right in and continue from where we left off. Huh? Did I not? Oh my god. Did I not save? Oh my... Bro. No. No, 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 no. Okay. I'm not going through all this again. You know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna use this handy dandy thing because we've made it. Oh my god, I just remembered I didn't save. A moment of silence, everyone. Whatever. We're just gonna use this instead. It's fine, okay? Don't worry about it. The good thing is that the choices technically don't really matter, especially not at this point. So we're all good. You know what? Just for shits and giggles, we'll check out the summary for chapter 1. Where is this place? Am I inside my memories? Let's remember things one step at a time. This is me. My name is Sara Chidouin. It all began when I was coming home from school with my friend Joe Tazuno. Suddenly, a stalker appeared. We ran in fear of being attacked and arrived home. But someone was lurking there and knocked us unconscious. We woke up in an unfamiliar room. Tied to beds and with collars put on us, we were forced to solve a puzzle for our lives. That was the first trial. Waiting for us after we got through the trial were 9 people of varying age, gender, and occupation. Still not knowing what was what, we all cooperated to escape this place and evaded traps trying to take our lives. But due to an unfair move from the suddenly appearing floor master, Sumaili the laughing doll, Professor Kazumi Mishima died. We also met up with a murderer who had been hiding, Alice Yabusame, and began a vote with our lives at stake, the main game. Two cards decided our fates, the Sage and the Sacrifice. The ones who had them were Kai Sato, my stalker who held some sort of key to the death game, and my best friend, Joe. And so Joe was killed in the cruelest of ways. In my crumbling heart, someone's voice echoes. I entrust them to you, our regrets, our hopes. There, my senses gave out again. Your turn to die. Death game by majority. Ooh, interesting. Let's look at their actions. So Hiyori, a self-described job hopper, he was a timid-looking man who spoke with a smile. Though unbelievably weak for an adult man, and seeming as if he disliked conflict, everything about him gives off a darkness. He was very shocked to be attacked by Now and have the laptop clue stolen from him. In the main game, So lost trust and transformed, seemingly filled with malice and madness. The sight struck fear and hatred into the survivors. Yeah, boo, Stinky, we hate him. Even though he is like the most beloved character within the fandom. I do kind of love that dichotomy. Keiji Shinogi, woo! A suspicious man calling himself a policeman. That's my bestie. This is my bestie, my man's. My silly rabbit, if you will. Acts casual, but feels somehow shady. He often seems to be guiding others into giving Sara their trust. So I like how they highlighted the fact that he's definitely been pushing Sara into a leadership role. Confessed that he once shot a person and hasn't been able to fire a gun since. He promised Sara he'd tell her his past if they survived the main game, but who knows. Kazumi Mishima, a high school teacher who looks extremely suspicious, but is really a man of noble character. Deeply trusting of his former student Now, together they conquered the first trial. But not taking any chances regarding his student, he gathered votes for himself in the practice round and thus lost his life. This threw Nao's heart into disarray, making her lose control, stuff Mishima's head in a box, and flee. Now, where is that head? That's what we all want to know. Joe Tazuna, protagonist Sara's classmate, a cheerful and agreeable best friend. He clumsily tried to assist Sara after learning of her stalker, Sara's lone acquaintance in the death game. His fate was sealed by drawing the sacrifice card. At the end of the main game, he left the remark, "All of you must be good people," then perished. Reko Yabusame, my baby girl. That's all you need to know about her. A singer-songwriter starting to get enough attention to appear in magazines. A flashy bland. She's not a bland player. I'm sorry, Reko. I would never say that. A flashy band player worried for her dear bongos. Kind to the weak and often harsh on men. And you love to see it. In the main game, revealed Alice was her brother. Ever since Alice committed murder, the two became effective strangers. Kitaro Burgerberg, according to him, a baseball player on the verge of a comeback. According to him, that's so mean. I mean, technically, he is. He wasn't lying about that. He was on a comeback. Despite his giant, gaudy appearance, he's very wary. Apparently, he was raised in an odd orphanage, so his dialect is all over the place. I'm sure that odd orphanage will not come up again in the story, don't worry. That's just a very throwaway line, you guys. I do like the first line, despite his giant, gaudy appearance, he's very wary. That does kind of get to the heart of Kitaro as a character, I think. You know, you expect him to be the dumb jock, but he is pretty logical. He is pretty thoughtful. Found his resolve faster than anyone in the main game, showing a willingness to doubt others to survive. Unable to fully believe Kai's parting confession of having contact with the kidnappers, he's showing signs of looking into the truth. Kai Sato, a self-proclaimed homemaker, but also an extremely skilled fighter. Do we know that about him yet? I don't know if he mentioned that. In spite of the aloof impression he gave, Sara remembered that Kai was a stalker who came after her that day. Threatened Now and took the laptop from So, and it sucks. What sucks? And it sucks. You know what? Let's just call this whole thing off. And it's suspected he hid the Mishima head Now was protecting somewhere. Oh, so the game it does think that Kai had something to do with it. Did anyone ever suspect him of doing that? I mean, interesting. I do feel like he is likely the person who did take it, but now that they have said he's like the main suspect, it almost makes me believe it was somebody else. We'll see, hopefully. Confessed to having contact with the kidnappers in the main game, but shows clear hostility toward the kidnapper Miley. So revealed emails indicating ties to the Chidouins, Sarah's family, an affection for Sara. But killed as a victim, can the truth about Kai be known? I wonder. Jesus Christ, there's still so many people left. Maybe I shouldn't have done this. Alice Yabusame, a murderer who lied that he was a thief named Gonbi Yamada. While the other survivors endured traps, he locked himself alone in the Red Room, hiding there until Sara found him. In the main game, he confessed to being Alice Yabusame, a murderer, and Reko's older brother. Furthermore, after the main game, Alice discussed something with Keiji. The name of the person I killed was Sohiyori. Kana Kizuchi, a middle school girl, lost her older sister in the first trial. Filled with self-loathing after losing her sister, Sara and Mishima told her a kind lie. But Miley's sister-killer remark meant it only wounded her more. In the main game, Kana notably made statements implying she was working with So. What might have transpired between the two of them is unknown. Shit, not you! Okay, relax. I wanna look at the ladies now. Now Egokoro, an art student in college, respects her high school teacher, Professor Mishima, has a deep relationship of trust with Mishima, and beat the first trial by cooperating with him. After losing Mishima in the so-called practice vote, now ran amok, stuffing his head in a box and fleeing. Threatened by Kai, she attacked So to get Kai the laptop, but because Mishima's head disappeared, she realized Kai betrayed her. Oh, okay. I did not realize that, which is not good. Makes sense. I thought she realized he betrayed her after he freaking lied about ever having helped her out during her disappearing act. But okay, I don't know, it's been a while. Sara Chidouin, protagonist of the story. A normal high school girl attending Sonobeno High School. Totally normal, nothing weird about her, nothing suspicious, nothing mysterious. Don't worry about it. Coming home from school, she encounters her stalker. When she hurries home, she finds her mother collapsed. She comes to in an unknown room. Enduring various death games with 11 participants, Sara wins their trust. But in the main game, she loses her best friend Joe. With the deaths of high school teacher Mishima and homemaker Kai, there remain 9 survivors. Gin Ibushi. Ibushi? A somewhat cheeky grade school boy who ends his sentences with woof and meow. Adores big sis Sara and acted tough through the harsh death games, but was racked with fear upon being trapped in a cage. The paper Gin found in the shredder revealed the truth that Alice Yabusame was a murderer. Alright, I think that's everybody. I wonder if we can interact with Miley. Oh, the laughing doll Sumaili, a woman with the kidnappers. When her scattered doll body was assembled, the room suddenly went white. Jesus. The room suddenly went white, and she began to move. Calling herself the Floor Master, she explains the main game and distributes necessary tools for the death game. With malicious words and actions, she puzzles the person. Don't give me all these P words. She puzzles the participants and takes their lives, and destroyed the hearts of Kana and Sara. Kai and Kutara's resistance has made her bleed, and she's often chagrined. Is she really a doll? Alright, here we go. Yes, let's go ahead and get into the actual chapter. Girl, I'm gonna be here for a while. ... I'm sorry. Muscle Gorilla. Big Sis Sara. Mom. I wonder what happened there. Totally forgot that they did that in the beginning. Flash forwarded to the sub game. Excuse me. I have brought your lunch. Oh, thank you. Kai, you got a minute? Yes? Kai, how many years has it been since you came here? How many indeed? Surely it's been quite a long time. Yeah, I wonder how long he's been with the Chidouins. It's a little sad, eh? He feels more at home with them, I guess, now than he did with his original family. They were on their way to becoming like a true family, but you know, Asunaro, they always gotta ruin things. Gahaha. That's why I want to give you this, you hard worker. What is this? Go on. Try it on. Whoa, suits you pretty well, eh? What exactly led to... Come on now, it's a present. My wife and Sarah live safely thanks to you. So you mean to state your feelings of gratitude? Nope, this isn't about gratitude as your employer. That apron belonged to my own mom. In other words, it proves your initiation into the tradition of homemakers. This is very cute, but at the same time a little weird to give to your employee, because he technically is an employee. But I get the point. He's trying to say he's more than an employee. He's part of the family now. Homemakers, as well as your bond with the Chidouin family. To me, you're family. I am family? My wife thinks the same way. She suggested I give you that as a gift, in fact. Surely you jest. Someone such as me. Aww. This was a really cute moment. What's the matter? It is nothing. And I know this is supposed to be him, like, you know, it's so emotional, he's crying, but it just makes me think of that one meme where the guy is like smoking weed and he offers it to like you. I guess you in quotations. It always makes me think of that. It's like, it's Spanish. I don't know what it says in Spanish actually, which is bad, but I'll make an edit. Don't worry. You know me. If you know me, you know that I like making edits. I'm definitely gonna insert an edit of Kai with that meme here. You'll all understand the vision, even if you don't want to. Gahaha, your eyes are red. Don't tell me you were crying. No, he was just hitting that weed. He just smoked a really fat blunt behind that pan before he removed it. Whatever are you saying? Makes me happy. Gahaha. If it comes to it, I'm trusting you with Sarah. Someday that girl will learn I'm not her real father. That girl's destiny has so much potential for change that I've put my own life on the line. It's far from trifling. Her destiny has so much potential for change? I wonder if he knew that he was gonna become a floor master. I think he's more just saying, like, defecting from Asunaro is a very dangerous thing to do, obviously, because... Oh my god, I just realized something that I had thought of before, but now it's all coming together. All right, I'll bring it up later. Sorry. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, this really brings to mind the memorandum theory to me personally. The whole thing of her destiny having a lot of potential for change. Being part of Asunaro, he probably does know about the main game, the death game. Or at the very least, he knows that she has to have something to do with the game, or with Asunaro. And he's been watching over her, you know, he's not her real father, which means that it's kind of his job to watch over her, or like to raise her in a certain way, you know, similar to how I guess Kyutaro was raised in the orphanage. I'm really curious about that. I wonder why Kyutaro was the orphan, and so was Kana before she was adopted. I wonder what went into ensuring that. They could have easily had somebody watch over Kyutaro as well, or could have easily made them all orphans, I guess. But for whatever reason, they decided not to, so. I'm curious to see what Non-Kadai is gonna do with that fact, if anything. Anyway, it's far from trifling, but I've got no worries, because our family's got a hero who will protect her from the shadows. Please don't say hero. I am nothing but a traitor. I will remain a shadow, never known, and just continue to protect Miss Sarah. Such is my affection. This was a really cute line too, and really ups the tragedy for Kai in my eyes. The fact that Kai and Sara never get to properly interact, knowing the full truth. He cares for Sara. I mean, he's looked after her for years, so he's probably watched her grow up to a certain extent. And so he does care about her, but he can't let that be known. Not doing that great of a job of watching over her, though, if Sara figured out somebody has been stalking her. Come on, dude, you're like supposed to be Atsunara's best assassin. What happened? But this apron, I will use it with care. I will treasure it. Oh, the little tear in his eye. And then the dad just has to ruin it, eh? Affection. I may have trusted her to you, but I won't give you my daughter. Never. Master? Daughter. Daughter. When it comes to Miss Sara, he loses sight of all else indeed. When I first played through this, I was so goddamn confused. I didn't realize that this was just meant to be like a gag, you know, the overprotective father. It just looked so strange. I couldn't wrap my head around what was going on. Like, is he just a doll or something that he just goes into like a rage or whatever? Maybe there is a deeper meaning to this. However, at this point, I'm just gonna say maybe it's just a gag. You know, this is just supposed to show how he can be super duper overprotective, just like we saw in Sara's own episode. From this angle as well, I must continue to watch over Miss Sara. I wonder if she is focusing on her studies now. Hey, Sara. Sara. What, Joe? Face forward, we're in class. I heard they opened as a Wait, what? Okay, yeah, that wasn't me just reading it incorrectly. I heard they opened a super good kebab place. Let's go there on the way home. I'll treat ya. Okay, fine. You're so loud. Now's not the time to talk. Oh, and hey, in exchange... I get it, I'll bring Ryoko too. Huh? For real? No, that's not what I meant. Seriously, quiet. What are you trying to say? Please show me your homework, Madam Sara. We're in class, remember? Of course I'm not gonna lend it to you. Just for a second. I'm fast at copying. Oh my god, this is giving me such bad flashbacks to my own time in school, where literally as my teacher was collecting the homework from everyone, I was like in my seat having borrowed one of my friends and just really rapidly writing down all the answers because I hadn't finished it. So funny. This unlocked a deep memory in my brain that I did not recall. That's not a skill deserving praise. Sorry, but I can't. It's called homework. Your fault for not doing it at home. Sara's not being a very good friend right now, you guys. Just saying. If you can't help your friend commit a minor, not even an actual crime, what's the point? Ugh, you're right, but do homework at home? Come on, man. And besides, I'm dead. Okay, this caught me off guard for a second too, I'm not gonna lie. I knew it was coming and still, I'm a little shocked. Huh? I died because you questioned me, you know? So I can't do homework anymore, Sara. Which is why you should really just give me your homework so I can copy it, because I'm dead. Don't you feel any responsibility? And I suffered a long time because of you too, right? You got anything to say to that? Sorry doesn't seem very effectual, but let's go with it anyway. What are you sorry for? You damn murderer? No, I just had to move forward. I did the most I could. And this is how it turned out? I protected everyone, I did. But I died. Kai died too. But... Just stop it already, Joe. Please, please. You want to look away? Uh-oh, here's a jump scare. Look me in the eye. Wow, well, it's impossible, really, to look him in the eye, because there's nothing going on in there. Those are just sockets. Pant, pant. A dream. That was just a dream. I need to calm down. I need to... Ugh, my head is spinning. Where is this? Oh, I can move? All right. We're still in the dream, I think, so... Oh, shit. Damn. Look away from the reflection, girl. Just look away. What an awful face. I look lifeless. Girl, you don't look lifeless. You look like a ghost, a demon. Enough. This is no time to be looking in the mirror. Sara. Huh? Uh-oh. Someone called the housekeeping quick. How long are you going to run? Uh-oh. Can I get the fuck out of here? No. Die with me, Sara. I'm good, thanks. I'm alright. Alright, wake up now. Or am I supposed to click on something? Professor Mishima. Kai. You aren't Joe. This is just a nightmare. So cold, man. Aren't we best friends? Shut up. Break the mirror. Run out of the room. Let's run. I think we get to see a little more. You really shouldn't go that way. Ah, a sharp pain spread through my body. It hurts. Help me, someone. I'll make you more comfortable. You know, this kind of reminds me of the way So dies, where he runs out of the main game grounds and he immediately gets shot at for it. I wonder if that's what they were going for. Stop, I can't breathe, Joe. I love you, Sara. Oh, this is creepy as hell. Stop. Sara. Get a grip. Sara. Can you understand me? Ah, KG. Yep, your friendly policeman in the flesh. Damn it. Your friendly policeman in the flesh. The room is still clean. Ow, did I go running around and hurt myself? Show me your wounds. Heard some pretty loud noises. Something happened? What should I say? It's nothing. No need to hide it. You had a hallucination. Isn't that right, Sara? How do you know that? Mr. Policeman knows everything. Okay. Creepy. Glad you didn't get any major injuries. Come on, sit down on the bed. Where is this place? This is the 3rd floor. There's rooms prepared here, one for each person. In other words, get some rest. Oh, I see. How long did I sleep? No clocks around, so... But everyone is still resting. You should rest yourself, Sara. You've come this far without a break. You at least deserve to sleep. I don't want to sleep. What? I would say this to KG, of course, because he's my bestie, he's my silly rabbit, he's my everything. I feel like Sara would want to be, like, productive, though. No way. I can't let you go into danger. Please move aside. I'd rather do that than lie down alone. Whew. Alright, fine. I'll lend you a shoulder. Rest just a little more. Understood. Sara. Nod it off, eh? Well, shucks. You too, huh, Sara? You can't acknowledge the hallucinations. Once they're burned into your brain, don't end up like Mr. Policeman. Man, this was such a visceral scene. I still remember it to this day. This was like so creepy and ominous. I loved it. And it just added more to like the enigma that KG is. You know, how he keeps everything to his chest. He doesn't reveal information about himself readily. He's a very suspicious, paranoid, messed up little guy who I adore. Anyway, I'm getting off topic, as I usually do. What can I say? I'm a woman in love. But we move on. We continue. Just wanted to say how much I really liked this scene, and it really drives home how similar KG and Sara can be. So I can't help but wonder if KG sees like a lot of himself in Sara, or at least who he used to be. Really well done, is all I wanted to point out. Looks like you managed to rest some. Girl, why are you still in my room? Get out of here. Were you just watching her sleep this whole time? Yes, thank you very much. Wanna go show your face to everyone? They're worried, so... yes. Hallucination. God help me. Hallucination level 20. The hallucination level is a number indicating Sara's mental state. It will surely increase every time she remembers Joe. Please take caution not to let it go too high. I do what I want. You can't tell me what to do. Yeah. If I want to hallucinate, I will. As soon as I entered the large, bright space, I noticed the people there. Singing echoed through the room. That's Reko's voice. Such a pretty voice. I wish I could hear her too. Entranced by it, Sara Chidouin? Humph. You look awful. So do you, but you don't see me pointing it out. Alice. Why are you listening in over by the wall? Isn't she your sister? How annoying. We're strangers now, I tell you. Right. Reko and Alice were siblings, huh? Reko is surely singing with pure feelings out of grief for the dead. I don't care to introduce unnecessary distraction with my presence. Pretty conscientious for your sister, eh? Is KG a secret Canadian? That's my new theory that I came up with. Proof? This part right here. And this is all the proof you need. Always the provocative one, aren't you? You all... What do you think of Reko? Huh? She's a kind person. She's frightening. Such a big sister type. Real shame about her brother. Oh my god, that'd be hilarious. I'm gonna say such a big sister type because she is. The kindness and the frighteningness could, you know, all be summed up with her being a big sister type. I suppose I can interpret that in a good way. Doesn't seem like she gets bashful, not even if she's dealing with brawny men. Kind to the weak, harsh on the strong. That's the impression I get. She was different before. Before? Was she kind to everyone? Was she harsh on everyone? Obviously we know now she was harsh. Precisely. Since Reko's birth, she's brimmed with vitality, and had talents in music and charming others. She was harsh even on herself, but especially harsh on weak people who were all talk and no action. She's undergone a startling change. Due to your murder case, I take it? Mwahaha. Exactly right. Sorry to make you hear these trifles. Yeah, that's one thing about Reko. I really do like her. She's one of my favorite characters, as you already know. But she's very much a static character compared to everyone else. I would say Joe, Mishima, and Reko are the static characters within the main cast. They're the ones who don't really get much character development or an arc throughout the game, because that's not really their function within the story. They're not meant to have development in that way. They're more there to drive the story along, which I think is really interesting because you can keep Reko around until the end of the game. So it's really... I can only think of the word interesting. I hate it here. But it is, right? I wonder why Nankadai decided not to give Reko much of a development or arc within the story, because I would argue that Alice is the one who has development and an arc, whereas Reko doesn't. Her development happens very much off screen. It happened even before the story began. As KG noted, her development really happened after Alice was taken to jail on having murdered someone. And within the game itself, within the story, Reko doesn't really have any significant changes. She's already changed. So yeah, I thought that was really something to think about. Sara, you came too. Sara. Big sis Sara. Such a wholesome CG here. You okay? You can't push yourself, okay, Sara? I'm fine. Just a little exhausted. I'm glad you woke up, Meow. It's warm. Everyone must be exhausted, body and soul. But their kindness is comforting. He's like, oh my god, Rekko hugging someone? Be still my heart, I wish that were me. The hell you looking at? Sorry. Sara, you know the sitch? What happened while I slept? Sure. Other than being brought to floor 3, nothing yet. We were feeling at a loss too, so all we could do was rest as instructed. But that bad dog girl's nowhere to be found, Woof. Should we look for her, Meow? Miley vanished? Let's go look for her. Sara, you can rest a little more, okay? No, I want to do something right now. Please let me go. Alright, sitting around's not my style either. Let's take caution exploring the area. Here we go, girls. Fuck. I don't know why I'm clicking on stuff. Yeah, I can't click on anything yet. We got our huge-ass giant Q-Taro here. Do we know how tall he is? Because the way he's, like, drawn and, you know, in pixel art, it looks very much like he's well above 6. He's like 6'6", 6'7". Sara, you okay now? Q-Taro. Thank goodness. I knew you was tough, but you never know, you know. I'm not strong at all. Of course, yeah. Sorry. You really suffered. Saying not to sweat it after that's just insensitive. But let me say this. You've done nothing wrong. Miley's just a true piece... What? I don't know why I couldn't read that. Miley's just a true piece of crap doll. Don't you ever blame yourself, Sara. She didn't even say anything. She didn't even, like, blame herself. I mean, technically she does, but it's just funny that he's just saying that out of nowhere. Don't think you're a piece of shit, Sara. Don't think it's all your fault that Joe and Kai died. Don't think you could have done something about it if only you were smarter and faster, okay? It's like, girl, who said that? No one said that. Why are you bringing that up? Thank you very much. I'll make Miley pay. No need for thanks. I couldn't do nothing. So Kai, his dying wish. I want to see it through. Q-Taro. I'm going back to search. Want to find clues, whether it's about an exit or about the kidnappers. I'll do my best too. That gorilla's actually a good guy, Meow. All told, I am getting a little hungry. I haven't eaten anything either. Okie dokie. I don't think we can click on anything. Back to the lobby. Relaxation room. Yeah, of course Alice is like not exploring and just chilling. I'm gonna go over there. Come tell me when you want to go elsewhere. Oh, Rekko. You, Sara Chidouin. There's a courtyard here. Don't you think it odd? Maybe it leads outside? I want to bask in the sun. It's fake sunlight anyhow. That's not a real sky. If you want to ease the suffocation regardless though, why not go out there? Mwahaha. Why did he say it like that? Can we talk for a sec, Alice? I refuse. If you have business with me, come when I'm alone, Keiji Shinogi. You are alone, girl. When are you ever with someone? You're just by yourself constantly. Right then. He really is a little scary, isn't he? This place is no different from a prison. I mean, he's not wrong. Sucks that he, you know, there's a possibility he can die without ever getting out. Or even learning that he didn't actually kill anyone. Monitor room. Whoa. Loads of monitors. Almost like some kind of security room, ain't it? I think I hear a faint sound. Is one of the monitors on? Here we go. Well, we got Kanai too. As soon as Kana noticed me, she averted her eyes. I don't think I can talk calmly to to Kana right now. Kana was working with So. Even if she was just being used, right now, I just can't do it. I like that mention. That makes Sara feel more of like a full-fledged character. Even though she is the player character who we get to control, she still has her own personality, her own emotions. So I do like the fact that even though she kind of knows that, you know, Kana's just a girl, she probably was manipulated by So, who showed his true colors in the main game, there's still a part of her that can't let go of the fact that Kana was working together with So. And that kind of led, in a way, to Joe dying in a sense. I like that kind of almost irrational side of her. Not necessarily irrational because it makes sense why she feels the way that she does, but you know, regardless, I do like that she's got a little bit of anger and resentment in her. I hear a faint sound from this monitor. Ooh, did I get it right in the first try? Let's go. Is this another trap? Huh? My. What is this all of a sudden? The man on the monitor. It's unmistakably Professor Mishima? Oh, why? If it isn't Miss Now. It's not a video? You're talking? To me? Yes, I am looking into your eyes and talking with you, Miss Now. A very normal sentence to say. This is unthinkable. Yes, it is unthinkable. After all, Professor Mishima is dead. Are the people behind you your friends? It's nice to meet you. My name is Mishima. Nice to meet us. Oh, okay. I was like, are you gonna say more? Kana won't even look at me. I am Kazumi Mishima. I teach Japanese and art to high school students. What in the world is going on here? Do you remember us? Were we ever acquainted? Well now. Ah, I see now. I've remembered. I am an AI program of Kazumi Mishima, an artificial intelligence. An artificial intelligence? Precisely. I am a replica made of copies from... I am a replica made from copies of Kazumi Mishima's memories and emotions. Everyone, I suppose you met with the real Kazumi Mishima? I have to say, there's quite a bit of existential horror here. Can you imagine thinking you're a living, breathing human before suddenly you remember that you're an AI and the real you is dead? That would be so messed up. I don't know how I would be able to handle that without exploding, maybe literally. On the back of this monitor, there's a picture of Mishima's face. If that's the truth, are all of these AIs of different people? Wahaha, what a strange sensation. I would love to meet and speak with myself. The old guy's gone, woof. What did you say? Oh shit, he didn't even know. The way you talk, everything. It's the professor. Like the professor is actually here. Now. An AI of a person who should be dead? Then Joe? Is there one of Joe? Big Sis Sara, what's the matter, meow? Before I knew it, I was intently checking the backs of the monitors. Not here. Not here, not here, not here. Back again with the red text. What? There's even a monitor with my photo. Yet Joe's is nowhere to be found. Sister, why aren't you here? I miss you too. And Kana. Why does only now get to? Professor. How do I even say this? Awa? What are you doing? It's the best girl, Safalin. That's how you say it, right? Tia Safalin? Yeah. What is it? Oh, no, what is it? Who was it? Who went and started up the Mishima AI? What the? I get it. So then, Ranger, it was you, wasn't it? Hey, don't get mad. Everybody seems pretty pleased, don't you think? I forgot it was Ranger who turned up the Mishima AI, which is interesting. So I guess he wasn't ever supposed to come online, even though that ended up being a pretty big plot point later on. And even now. Haha, now, get it? But of course, that wasn't Ranger being nice or anything. Obviously, he's doing it because he's a freak. Or, well, it has to do with the fact that he hates humans because he really wants to be human and he was programmed to be that way. And so, this is his way of getting back at these people who he hates for being something that he can't ever be. We turn to the voice behind us. Hey there, you bastards slept well? Who are you, Meow? I'm the dress-up doll, Rearranger. Man, the fact that Kai died before he came to this floor, can you imagine if Kai met Rearranger? Bro. And then he met Gashu as well? Family reunion! That would have been crazy. The drama of it all. I'm gonna support y'all on this floor. Best regards. What about Miley? Eh? You prefer the ladies, do ya? Ugh, fine. Come on over here, Safalin, for they have so humbly requested a girl. Sniffle. But I'm angry at you right now. Yeesh, it's creepy when they all talk at once. Creepy? You're awful. Boo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Just joshin'. You're real cute, so move it already. Man, this comedy duo. Do you mean it? That was damn quick. Good to meet you, everyone. I am the Vice Floor Master, the Klein. I totally forgot. Did she introduce herself with Vice Floor Master in the original? Huh. But then Gashu is also the Floor Master. Much to think about. Anyway, I am the Vice Floor Master, the crying doll, Tia Safalin. What a calamity. Now this is perfect. Let's begin explaining the rules of Floor 3. The rules of Floor 3? Yep. You bastards are probably hyper on edge after suspecting up a storm in the main game, right? And so, we thought of some wonderful festivities to let you reconcile before the next main game. Right, a way for them to become besties again before they have to kill each other off. Wait, we're doing one again? A main game? All depends on you, assholes. Ha ha ha. What's the matter? My face scare you? Come on, Sara Chidouin. Shut up. Before your stupid explanation, take that off. That thing you're wearing. I'm gonna skip Joe because I know what road that leads down to. Why don't we go with Kai's apron? Isn't that Kai's apron? What? Oh, I love his character design and the little faces he has. I wonder why he does that. I mean, it's cool, but also, I wonder why he uses them. I guess it kind of harkens back to him being a doll. He's the only floor master that's a doll, right? Tia Safalin, Sue Miley, even Gashu turn out to be humans, whereas he's the only one that isn't human. And so using these different expressions, it kind of just reinforces just how like inhuman he is. He's not capable of truly maybe feeling or displaying the emotions that are there on these little cards that he has. And so he uses them and switches between them to convey these different emotions. It kind of creates a distance between him and the others, the main cast, the humans. I don't know, I think it's really cool. Sure enough. You recognize this thing around my waist? Girl, those eyes! Stop it, bro. I'm already scared enough. It feels good, Feels like it's full of the dead's regrets. The regrets of Kai Sato, that foolish man whose rebellion destroyed him. Don't you dare. You're the real fool. Then, that skirt too. It must be sisters. Phew. You bastards got any right to condemn me? This topic's donezo. Now everybody come see what's past these monitors. Kitty face. We'll have a fun game. Ha ha ha. God, why couldn't we say anything back? Alright. Obviously not, Now is gonna be like, you go on without me. Now's gaze is fixed on a single point. Girl, you don't wanna... Has my original, or... Do excuse me. It seems that's neither here nor there presently. Yeah, I think we're just gonna move on without her. Do-do. Photo again. Looking at him like this, everything but his eyes is covered up. Why did they point that out? Photo of now? She has a good countenance. I wonder when this photo was taken. Creepy if it was taken without their knowledge. Photo of Alice. Such a gaudy hairstyle. Photo of Rekko. Her photo looks just as cool. I like how she's like, Alice is gaudy as hell, but Rekko? She's cool as fuck. And you know what? Sarah's right for that. A photo of me. Creepy. What's all this about? Photo of Keiji. Those are some serious bags under his eyes. He's completely worn out. Yeah, it's the depression. A photo of Kana. Yeah. Photo of Kyutaro. As a pro baseball player, he's got a good photo. Photo of So. Huh? Come to think of it, where is So? I like how even just interacting with these photos kind of drives the story forward. I didn't even realize that if you clicked on So's photo, that would make Sarah realize that she hasn't seen him at all yet. And I mean, that's not going to come back until later on when we try to find him. Oh my god. I almost forgot how creepy he goddamn looks the first time you meet him. Like the eyes, there's nothing there. What color are they even supposed to be? Let's not even talk about the mustache. Whoa, who's this guy? As if not minding us at all, he doesn't even move. That's the receptionist doll. And this is the prize exchange. So Fallen, hand those things out. Okay. Everyone was handed a wallet of some kind. Inside are tokens with my face on them. Those are me tokens. Everyone has been given 100. Huh. So let me guess, you can trade these tokens for the prizes on display here? Correct. Just what I expected from you. The prizes include things related to clearing floor 3, personal information profiles, and more. You're making information into prizes? However, you cannot trade for prizes using your own tokens. What's that mean, Wuff? You can only use tokens you get from others. And if you get a lot from somebody, you can nab that person's personal info. Those tokens signify trust. All y'all bastards are going to be selling, buying, stealing, and surrendering those tokens. Those suckers. And of course, we don't even need to bring up the symbolism here, obviously having to do with trust. It's like literally become a currency that we can use in this next game. And trust is a big thing that comes up numerous times in the game. We mention it a lot in the first main game as well, with regards to whether the group has trust in a certain individual. Then we had, you know, So versus Sarah, where So was trying to sway everyone into trusting him, but he failed miserably because everybody trusted Sarah because she's got that protagonist energy. And yeah, I think it just continues to pop up numerous times, right? Because that is all linked with the themes surrounding friendship and the bonds that you create with other people and how important it is to have a support system. Anyway, I could go on forever, so let's continue. In short, it's a game of buying and selling trust. Buying and selling trust. I've got this. That won't even work. How idiotic. I don't know. That won't even work. We could share all our tokens right here and share the information we need. This doesn't qualify as a game. Trying to be perfectly fair and just, eh? Well, too bad for you, but that's not all. All of you will experience 9 attractions located around the 3rd floor and earn the right to challenge the main game. Meow? Whenever you clear an attraction, you'll receive clear chips. And if you don't collect 10 within the time limit, you'll die before the main game starts. Main game, did I say that right? Before the main game starts. No! Wahaha, please do relax, Miss Now. Unlike in the main game, if you do well, then no one will have to die. But please stop. Don't impersonate him. Oh, I guess she did end up following everyone. I thought she was gonna stay behind. Most attractions require a group of 2. However, one cannot do the same attraction twice. Tokens and clear chips. I'm starting to see what you're getting at. Ooh, I love the CG. Looks metal. Now, get what you need to do? Clear attractions to collect 10 clear chips. Use the me tokens you've received however you want, though you can only buy stuff with others as tokens. By the way, the more tokens you get, the better. There's a grand prize too. A ticket to the surface. It's first come, first serve, so you snooze, you lose. Huh? I don't see anything like that on the counter. Your time limit is 3 days. Relax. You've got plenty of food and clothes, and even time to rest, so sleep soundly. We won't put any traps or other trickery in your personal rooms, so use them freely. Now, let the sub-game, the Trust Barter game, begin. Day 1. Morning. How much will they belittle us? But we have to do it. I can't just die. Attractions. Should we look for them? This is the prize exchange. Please inform me if you have business. Let's ask some questions. What would you like me to answer? What are you? I am a receptionist doll, here to support you in your time living on the 3rd floor. I can trade and explain the prizes. There are 2 types of prizes. Prizes with blue numbers and prizes with red numbers. Prizes with blue numbers are normal. You can trade for them using that number of tokens. Prizes with red numbers are exclusive. You can only trade for them using tokens of the person relevant to that prize. For instance, you may only trade for Mr. Keiji's personal information using Mr. Keiji's tokens, which he is not gonna give ya, because he's stingy like that. Escape ticket. There's nothing of the sort here. Nothing here, huh? I find this so weird. Did they ever explain why Gashu pretended to be a doll when we first meet him? He just likes role-playing or something. I will say though, I think there's definitely something there thematically with regards to Gashu pretending to be a doll, Gashu pretending to not be human. Almost as if he stopped being human the day he lost his family. I mean, definitely that's when the transformation happened, right? When we see him after Sei's death, he is like messed up. And I think he never got better after that, obviously. And now, I really do wonder what Gashu was like after he found out that Kai died. Bro. Like, I'm sure he pretended like he did not give a shit, but I'm certain, like, at least a small part of him was, like, real fucked up about it. Even if right now, he's kind of lost all semblance of real, like, humanity. He's, like, totally pledged himself to Asunaro. That's all he can think of after what happened to him and his family. That's literally the only thing he has going for him. The only thing he has left. But yeah, let's continue. Okay. My, Miss Now, you're looking rather down. Professor, if you are fine with an AI, I can gladly talk with you. Professor, can we talk a little? Now's gaze is fixed on a single point. And then, Professor. Yes, I see. Is that so? Alright, well, have fun! Enjoy yourself. While I save. I'm not gonna forget to save this time. Are you kidding me? Lobby. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Forgetting something? The monitor screen is cracked. Hey, wasn't this totally fine before? Whose monitor is this? What's going on? Look on the back. The photo on the back of the monitor has been ripped off. Someone's photo must have been here. Mishima, did you see the one who destroyed the monitor? I'm terribly sorry. I'm afraid I didn't. Which makes no sense. Girl, you have nothing better to do than just sit there and look. Literally just look. That's all you have to do. What do you mean you didn't see who it was? Come to think of it, I haven't seen So. Him again? Damn it, what the hell is he after? Look for attractions or look for So? What do you think, Sarah? I'll search for So. I feel like we can't let him roam free. That's true. Sure would love to just throw some cuffs on him and lock him up. Could all of you focus on attractions while I search for So? Kana. Kana looked directly into my eyes. It's natural for you to hate Kana, but she'll at least keep an eye on So. Come on now. I'm sorry. Even knowing what I know now, you really can't trust her ass on this. Even when I was first playing this, I was like, why would anyone in their right mind trust her after we found out she's been working with him? Not to I guess victim blame in a sense, because she is a kid. She was essentially manipulated into helping So out. Even if later on, they have a much more better relationship, it's still not great. I think we can all agree on that. Please believe her. No, wait, Kana. Don't go near that guy on your own. It's my responsibility. Kana was working with So. No, or maybe she was just being used. Do what you want. I'm going with you. I don't know. No, I'm going with you. Sarah. Reko's happy. If it's only Kana, she'll just be used by So again. Welcome back, red text. I think you got the red text no matter what, though. Do what you want isn't a very nice option either. Hey, putting it like that ain't... You won't trust me? Stop this, you guys. Alice of all people. Huh? All this tension is just what the kidnappers want. Are you dumb or what? Looking at you, it's like sisters quarreling. I hate it. Aww. It always goes back to siblings with him. He's only got a one-track mind. And, I mean, knowing what we know now with Alice's past episode, of course he's gonna feel some type of way when it comes to siblings not getting along. Ugh, shut to the heart. Just reconcile, if only in appearance. Aww. I mean, I knew that Nankadai was trying to get at, his relationship with Reko during this part, but this really, really hits different. Playing it now, knowing what we know with what happens within the game itself and what happens within Alice's past episode. He really wants to reconcile with Reko, but he kind of feels there's no way. I mean, he tries to reconcile in a sense in the past episode by giving her the bongos, which doesn't really go well. And then when he tries giving her the bongos again, it doesn't go great that time either. Hee hee. Man, that sucks. Although I will say, in the past episode, she thinks about throwing them away, but she doesn't. Whereas within the game, she does get rid of them. I mean, I think she throws them on the ground or something. So, it's intriguing the fact that they say that Reko has changed. That's something she would have done in the past, not now. However, even in the past, she hadn't thrown them away. She'd kept them. But I suppose in the moment, she couldn't just quietly take them and pretend like she doesn't give a shit. That would have been obvious that she did accept the olive branch. She had to, violently refuse. Otherwise, people would realize how she actually feels. I don't know. I feel like in this case, it was just not even the fact that Reko's personality or whatever hadn't been updated within the fake Reko. I think the issue literally was just that Asunaro didn't really understand Reko. On the surface, it very much seems like she does not give a shit about her brother. But in reality, she does care deeply about him, and that's something that never changed. The only reason I'd say it changed was because Asunaro tampered with Reko's memory and made her forget her last meeting with Midori, where she's literally begging him for help. So even when Alice went to jail initially, Reko didn't believe that he had actually murdered someone. She was certain that he hadn't. Although, was it because she met with Midori and realized he was still alive? Yeah, my memory is a bit choppy with regards to the series of events there. Anyway, something to think about. The feelings can be appended after the fact. Reconcile? Reconcile. Superficially reconcile. Alright, I'm not gonna do it superficially. That's too mean. I mean, at the time, I remember I kind of felt what Sarah felt, but I still reconciled properly with her. Okay, I'm a softie. I can't be mean. It's really hard for me to be mean. Even in games, I can't do it. What? What am I even doing? No one's done anything wrong here. It's like I'm pinning the reasons for Joe's death onto Kana and So. I lost my calm. We're all victims here, forced to vote. Losing people dear to us. Joe's fate couldn't be changed as soon as he drew the sacrifice card. Yeah, I wonder how he got that card. I wonder how he picked it up. Must have been him, right? It had nothing to do with anybody else. It's not Kana's fault. I'm sorry, Kana. Can we be friends again? Sarah! Well said, Sarah. And what really pisses me off is Mr. Beanie. We just got used by him too, right, Kana? Don't feel so responsible, alright? That's wrong. Kana tipped the scales. The scales? Kai said he had contact with the kidnappers. But he drew the Sage card and became the victim. I'm sure that means he didn't know all the details of the main game. But, so, he did know things about the main game. What? That's not great. I was taking a break with So before the main game. Then I found a glowing card behind the sliding door in the bar. What's this? Sacrifice. You ought to toss that. This is, if someone finds you have that card, you die. Did it say something like that? Relax. That's a dummy rule. What? Seems the kidnappers want to distribute one of those cards to each person. Anyway, that's a dangerous card. Trust me and hand it over, okay? This is so funny. Because in a way, anybody who looks at this card, it says sacrifice on it in like blood red text. And there's a skull on it. Bro, I would instantly be like, I don't want to have this. I want to throw this away, actually. But like, yeah, obviously, yes, he knows more than he's letting on. Witch hunt time. I gave So the sacrifice card. And So gave me a commoner card. He let me know about the main game that was going to happen. And about a strategy to survive. Everything was the way So explained it. That's why Kana thought that instead of Kai, So should be left alive. Is that what happened? So Kana wasn't necessarily just being used by So. Maybe we should have known that before we reconciled, eh? A dummy rule. Can't prove it though. No, hold on. In that secret room where Kai's laptop was. While So was still knocked out after being attacked by Now. I saw a card under the desk. I didn't see what card it was, but if that was So's sacrifice card, it's strange that he didn't die from me finding it. In short, it really is a dummy rule. I wonder what Kyutaro's doing right now. Is he just pretending to be shocked like everyone else? Meow? That's kind of strange, Woof. Cause that loner got knocked out before the loner and Bucket Girl rested, meow? Isn't the order weird, Woof? Bucket Girl. I mean, why are you acting so shocked there's a bucket on your head? Or did you not notice it was there? What was the order of them obtaining the sacrifice card? Kana got it first, So got it first. KG, what do you think? Obviously, So had it first. This is just a theory, supposing that card I didn't inspect was a sacrifice card, but First, So was attacked in the hidden room and fainted. Afterward, he got the sacrifice card and commoner card, then rested. He purposely placed the sacrifice card for Kana to find. And when Kana took it, So offered a trade for the commoner card, as if to put her in his debt. That can't be. You really think someone would do that? Go on the internet and tell lies? Would So really lie to me and manipulate me for his own gain? That doesn't sound like him. Sure enough, the damn beanie guy was just completely using Kana. That's not the only thing. The sacrifice card ultimately ended up with Joe. Meaning, maybe he purposefully had Joe pick it up. God damn it. I'm gonna take that guy out. You know, I think when I brought this fact up earlier, someone did mention that maybe So hadn't purposely given it to Joe. At the time, I thought it was likely he had, but it could be possible that he just kind of left... Wait a minute. I think when we check out the tapes, doesn't it turn out that he did leave it for Joe to find or something? In the footage, we see him do that. I can't remember now. I don't know if we find out definitively that he did that or not. But if we don't have explicit confirmation, then I will say it's definitely a possibility, because that tends to be the case with So a lot, where, yeah, he's not a great guy, but he's not as terrible as Sara and KG and the others paint him as. Like, it makes sense why they think the worst of him, because he's not really doing himself any favors there, and he kind of encourages them to think the worst of him at times too. But it does turn out from time to time that he's not really as wild as they think he is. So I think that's the case in this situation as well, if we don't get confirmation that Joe got the card because of him. Because I have a feeling that we do see that within the tapes. I could be wrong though. My memory is not the best. I have said this millions of times, and I will say it millions of times more. I promise you that. God damn it. I'm gonna take that guy out. And I am going to support her, okay? Because I support women. And I support Reko Yabusame, and so should you. Come on, we'll all search together. Off we go. Coming now. Alright. Bye. Alright, so we just look around. Oh, uh-oh. A green beanie lays on the floor. Is this So's hat? He's gotta be lurking around here. Hey, look. Down the passage to the right, and the one in the back. It looks like there's attractions, meow. Don't tell me, So went ahead alone. He shouldn't be able to enter without a group of two, but ultimately, maybe somebody's just gotta check. I'll go. Will ya, Sara? Seems pointless to try and stop you. Then you better decide which attraction to do, and who to take along too. Alright, I won't stop here. Let's keep going. I think maybe I'll stop after the day ends or something like that, once we move on. I'm not doing memory dance, bro. I know I'll have to do it eventually, but I'm gonna hold off for as long as I can. Let's do arm wrestling. That wasn't too bad, was it? Normal. Blah, blah, blah. Step partner. Let's do my bestie KG for no reason at all. Just cause, you know, he's got arms. So I think he'll do really well. Hee hee. Easy. You'll love to see it. I'm pretty proud of my arm strength. I am too. I'm proud of yours. Your arm strength. Let's go. Arm wrestling begin. We'll start with me. Your friendly policeman's with ya. You can rest easy. Yeah, okay. I'll probably just skip through this, because who wants to watch me like fail a little bit before I win? So yeah, I'll probably skip this unless something really interesting happens. So see you on the flip side. See you on the flippy dip.
Later.
Oh my god. That was way too easy. You know what it was? last time when I initially played this, I was playing on my laptop, and it is so goddamn hard to play these mini games on the laptop because I have to use the trackpad to click on things, and it just makes life so goddamn difficult. So with a mouse, it's like exponentially easier. I feel like a genius playing these games. Although that won't help me when it comes time for memory dance. We already know my memory is shit, girls. It's gonna be painful, but that is future me's problem. I have nothing to do with that right now. I am gonna clear my head of that. Managed to do it. I'm exhausted. Girl, you did not do anything. I was carrying us. Come on now. Here's the clear chips. We'll take one each. Still, So wasn't there, was he? Sure enough. Maybe you just can't do the attractions alone after all. Ah, you guys are safe? Sorry, but you gotta come with me. Eh? I found the beanie bastard in his bedroom. What the? I'm sorry, this looks so funny. I'm sure someone's already made the joke of him being, like, wasted. But it's so true. Like, look at him. He's like a limp doll. Doll? Uh-huh. How did he do this himself is my question. Did anyone feel the bump on his head, or did he just, like, somehow manage to break this wood thing in half and pretend like, you know, just throw some bits on the back of his head? That's so funny. I wish we could have seen him make this crime scene. That would have been hilarious to see. There's a rugged plank of wood on the bed. Hey, what the hell is this? Well, seems just the right size to carry and swing around. You don't mean So it's collapsed on the floor. It's the same situation, meow, as before. Yeah, that's how you know, like, So has no creativity. You know, he's just pulling the same shit from before and hoping that people think that is genuine. He's like, you know what, you guys hate me so much, surely it's plausible that maybe one of you secretly did this instead of me. Sure is. Don't worry, he's breathing. Unfortunately, sorry, that was mean. I was just role-playing as them, okay? That's what Rekko was probably thinking. On his head, those splinters? The scene truly was the same as the one I had just recalled. The same as when So was attacked in the hidden room. Ugh. So? Oof. Ow, man, I feel awful. What in the world happened? Huh? That's what I want to know. Where is this place? When did I get here? Cram it, you bastard. Like hell anybody's gonna worry about you now. What are you plotting? Tell me. What? Hold on. Oh, damn, she's gonna pummel him. Let's go. Never mind. KG's gotta ruin things. Now, violence isn't the answer, Rekko. Tsh! What is it? You're so mean suddenly. So, you broke the monitor, didn't you? Monitor? You mean the laptop? Look, I wouldn't break it just because I don't know the password. What's he saying? Shut the hell up. That laptop crap was all before the main game. The main game? That's right. Before the main game, I need to check the data on the laptop. On the laptop. But the password, you completely lose. Oh my god, I can't talk. You completely lost your mind, man. The main game is long since ended. What do you mean, KG? Over. All of it. Who died? Huh? She is going to snap, and he's gonna deserve it. Because looking back, this bitch, he really tried to orchestrate his own amnesia plot. He really said, sorry guys, I hit my head so hard that I literally forgot everything. Can you all catch me up? Who died? He's really twisting the knife. He sucks, man. Like, he knew this would... I mean, I guess it makes sense, because he was trying to trigger Sara, in a sense, so that people would move on from this line of thinking, and he wouldn't have to, like, contend with everyone poking holes in what's going on with him. Which, I mean, is pretty smart, even if it is underhanded. And that kind of is So's entire philosophy. That's just how he works. So it's in character for him. But still, it's so funny that he thought people were going to genuinely believe he lost his memory like this. Then again, you know, crazy artificial intelligence exists, dolls exist. Maybe they were just, you know, he assumed they would just roll with it too. But he has to do whatever he can so that people will agree to go on these attractions with him. Otherwise, he's screwed because obviously nobody trusts him. He would have failed hard otherwise. So, what is So talking about? Who isn't here? Now? Hey, don't tell me your memories. Or else, was it Kai? Stop. Stop it already. It can't be. Joe? No. Not Bestie Joe. Stop. Stop. Miss Sarah, that can't be it, right? Joe? Joe died? Why? My God. This bitch. If I was Sarah, I would have jumped him already. You can't completely hate him for it, because it is kind of funny in retrospect, in like a really dark way. Stop. 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 Stop! Bro, you triggered my hallucinations. I couldn't even control it this time. There's no option. And I mean, he, you know, So got what he wanted. He managed to successfully get everyone's attention off of him and onto Sarah. And that way, people weren't so skeptical of him. Now he's given a little bit of wiggle room. You evil genius, you. You okay, Sarah? Yes, I'm fine. Goddamn piece of shit. He's spouting more stupid lies. So it's really a lie? Obviously, he's at a disadvantage, so he's pretending like he doesn't remember. Rekko, big-brained. You see that vein over there? It's not because she's angry, it's because her brain is so huge right now. That said, he's not going to answer us like that, neither. Could you trust Kana to handle it? For the last time, no. Stop asking. Kana, I'll try to find the truth behind what So's thinking. I'm sure he'll be less wary with me than the rest of you. Sounds good. The hell are you on about? That guy's like a bad influence on Kana. We've been underestimating Kana, I'd say. She might be a stronger girl than we thought. I guess not, because, she teams up with him again. Maybe we were just estimating her. Or underestimating her in a different way. That's just me being mean. I don't actually mean it. It's just fun to, like, antagonize a little bit. Mr. Policeman. But don't let him use you, Kana. Adults with bad intentions are scarier than you can imagine. Believe me, an adult with bad intentions. Right. I ain't gonna accept it. Let's believe, Rekko. Kana. What do we do now, Meow? We got 3 whole days. No use in rushing the attractions and hurting ourselves. It might be wise to discuss how we're going to use these tokens, too. Tokens, Meow. Negotiation. After finishing a death attraction, you can select someone in the lobby to have negotiations about token trades and the like. It's wise to both collect tokens and deepen your interactions. Your actions may just decide their fates. I mean, technically, it only decides Alice's fate tangentially. He tries to make amends with Rekko. Does anybody else? I don't know if anybody else's stuff changes if you play through their negotiations. I don't think. You just learn more lore and stuff about them. But that's still interesting. Alright. Something to say about Rekko? Here, a short pitch. Do you have any inklings about Rekko's treasure? Treasure, you say? Yes. Humph. You see, I tried asking that mustachioed man at the prize exchange if there were items not present at the counter. It appears there is a secret prize menu. Just like at Starbucks, you have to, like, ask for the secret menu. A secret menu? Mwahaha. If you wish to hear more, come to the negotiation table, Sara Chidouin. Is that related to Rekko's treasure? Okay. Let's look at everyone else. Want to trade 20 tokens. Ranger, was it? The enemy of ours said that the more of these tokens you collect, the better. Put another way, who knows what'll happen if you don't have very many. But why trade with me? Because you're so darn cute. Stop it. I don't care if you used to be a policeman, I will call the cops. And you will go to jail. Don't mess with me, KG, even if you are my bestie, my silly rabbit. I wish you'd just remember it already. No words. No words. No. Thank you. Big Sis Sarah, you want tokens, meow? I've been told not to do this kind of trading money stuff, meow. It's kind of like gambling. It's scary, woof. So if it'll make you happy, Big Sis Sarah, I'll give you some for free, meow. 10 tokens. Not a trade, but just giving them? Okay. I guess if you listen to Alice, he doesn't give you any tokens. Boo. But I'll do anything for Rekko. Discuss. Wahaha, very good. So, what about Rekko? Right. You see, I tried asking that mustachioed man at the prize exchange if there were items not present on the counter. And he answered readily that there is a secret menu. A secret menu? What's on it? Yeah, what's on it? There is a treasure. And it appears 20 of Rekko's me tokens are required to purchase it. That's it? Nothing else? Come on now. A treasure? Could that be? Huh. Have you any idea about it, Sara Chidouin? When she first introduced herself, she mentioned something dear to her. I think it was bongos. The Congo. Bondo. What is Bondo? Anyway, I know everything Rekko says to me. Alright, I remember every single word. It remains trapped in my memory. Even if I ever forget my own name, I will still remember everything Rekko has said to me. Bongos. Sara Chidouin. That is inconceivable. Huh? Why do you think so? Do you know the name of Rekko's band? Her band's name? I totally remember. Please. Samurai Yaiba? It's not like I would know. Uh-oh, shit. Oh, I didn't realize. Oh, man, the hallucinations. Sarah, take a look at this magazine. You heard of him? This band's amazing. Isn't she so cool, this Rekko lady? Ugh, what is it? It was Skullnuts or something like that. Girl, what? Wrong. Huh? But I thought it was... That's her current band. Rekko used to be in a different one. Samurai Yaiba, the name of legend. 36 Rai 818. That must be something Japanese or whatever. I wonder what the numbers stand for, though. Anyway, I was right because I remember everything about Rekko. Thank you very much. Allow me to introduce its former members. Masterful of even the most tempestuous of scores, banging out the tunes like a many-armed goddess. The keyboard player, Urshin. The man who balances out novice technique with overwhelmingly demonic presentation. The bass guitar, Stronghold. Novice? Does that mean he sucks? The once-in-a-century talent, a massive charisma commanding an angelic voice and a hellish growl. The guitar and vocals, Rekko with a C. And the guardian deity of drums who protects the band's backs. Was me! He looks so depressed back there. Eh? What? You were part of the band too, Alice? Indeed, though I can't play at all, so I just tried to blend in. That's so funny. It's literally nepotism. That's the reason he got included in the band, even though he sucks. You can't play, but you joined a band? It was to round out the numbers. I also did things on the management side. I told you before, didn't I? That Rekko has changed now. She wasn't always someone who could get along harmoniously with people. The Rekko I know antagonized everyone and was alone. Yet for some reason Urshin loved her, eh? Man, Urshin really had... I mean, they were a masochist. Masochist. Whoops. I totally know how to pronounce that word. Don't worry, guys. But literally, that's what they were. They were a masochist. And you know what? I salute that. such that she wouldn't even approach someone meant to round out the numbers. Aww. Her own brother! I would always clean up the messes, search for replacement members and such. Ah, I see. Girl, there must have been so much drama backstage. Someday she'd be grateful to me, so I believed, and endeavored as an average older brother. It was in those times that I gave her some bongos. Bongos? Haha, it was merely a joke gift. Sure. Maybe Nankadai decided to switch things up after the fact, and because it definitely wasn't a joke gift in the moment. Like, it had a deeper meaning to them. So I think maybe Nankadai came up with the past episodes after he wrote this up, which is totally fine. I mean, I really liked the past episode. It wasn't bad. Even if I wish it had gone a little bit deeper into their backstory, because some of this stuff didn't appear in the past episode. Like, I totally forgot about the fact that there were other members that they cycled through. That could have been interesting if the past episode had Alice have to navigate Reko's volatile, oh my god, how do you say that word? Volatility? And, you know, manage stuff behind the scenes. So if the plot of the past episode had to do with, you know, one of the members leaving the band because Reko treats them like shit, and Alice kind of cleaning up after her and trying to justify remaining in the band despite how difficult things are. But then I guess it would have been much longer, and I guess it might have been harder to include the flashback of when they were kids, maybe? I don't know, I think it would have been more interesting if you got to see more of them during their band years. Because I really want to know more about how volatile Reko is. Or you know what? Maybe that'll come up in her past episode. There's always that. Maybe that's what Nankadai is waiting for, actually. Anyway, back to this. As expected, she was indifferent. Her cold eyes stirred with no emotion. But it was then that I realized. Those cold eyes were the very same ones Reko had whenever she looked at me. She neither respected nor looked down on me. She was simply indifferent. So to call those bongos her treasure? Don't make me laugh. Why not try purchasing it? What? If the treasure for sale is bongos, they might be the bongos you gifted her, Alice. What? Just collect 20 of Reko's tokens. I can't do it. I can't speak with her. Then I'll assist you too. You? Yes. I can collect her tokens, so please buy the bongos and give them to Reko. Ah! He's so expressive, I love it. Very well. Humph. If you insist, I'll have your help. Understood? 20 of Reko's tokens. Bring them by this time tomorrow. Tomorrow morning? Obviously, I'll lose courage after more than a day. He could be really cute sometimes, I won't lie. Right. Understood. Once I bring them, please do give the bongos to her. Irk. Sure. Well, that's it for discussions. Suddenly, I remembered something. Is Now still there, I wonder? The AI of Professor Mishima. I should go check on her. Let's go. And then, Professor? Blah blah. Hello? Now. While you were gone, it's like my voice isn't reaching her. I guess it's entirely reasonable. If I were in that situation, which I will not look at because I know that's gonna lead to a hallucination. Nice try. Oh. This is just unfair. As far as I can see, it's as if she's just talking to the real Professor Mishima. That's a dead man right there. Smiling gently and listening to her speak. It's like a dream. How could you show her a thing like that, then bring her back to the reality of the death game? I wonder if it keeps on like this. Maybe Now will... Even so, I can't stop her. I don't want to be saddled with the duty of bringing Now back to reality. She said, that's your problem. I already got other shit to deal with, alright? I've got too much on my plate now. You do you. I'm sorry. Okay, bye. Before I left the room, I looked toward the monitor one last time. Is that so? It's been nothing but hardship then. However, even amidst such circumstances, you've made wonderful friends, Miss Now. Friends? Indeed. Age and the length of your association are of no relevance. They are wonderful people who help each other. I understood that clearly hearing you speak. Please treasure your friends, Miss Now. Okay. I've always been getting saved by them. So from now on, I want to be useful to Reko and Sara. And I guess everyone else too. But not really. That's why I'm going now, Professor. Yes, please come by anytime. I'll be right here. No, I won't come here anymore. Miss Now, you truly have grown strong, haven't you? I'm honored to have had you as my student. Goodbye, Miss Now. Sniffle. I'm not strong at all. I wanted you watching over me always. Professor. Now is trying to look forward, to accept everything and face reality. Now is a strong person. Much stronger than me. I should go. I'll do what I have to so much as approach that strength. Oh damn, we really just left. Okay. I mean, I don't even need to really, I think, expand on that scene because I go into depth about Now and her character arc in the character analysis video I did like 100 years ago, which I was pretty happy with, but I feel like on the editing and maybe like just the way I spoke it, if that makes sense, like the audio was atrocious since that was one of my early videos, but I feel like even the way I spoke in that video was kind of wooden because, you know, I'm not used to speaking in front of a microphone. I'm still not, but I'm better now, I think. Though it's been a while since I've read anything scripted, so I might still be awkward, to be honest. So I'm very curious to see if I had made that video now, recently, how it would have come out. But yeah, anyway, so that video is on my channel if any of you haven't checked it out already, which, you know, I do go into depth about Now, about her relationship with Mishima, her relationship with the others, and how that all relates to her development throughout the game. And so that scene with Mishima is very pivotal to her character. But I don't really feel the need to go into it here because I've already said, I think, everything I wanted to say, really, about her story. So then, let's continue. What's that? Quit with the stupid jokes, you. The biggest joke around here is your name. I mean, he's not wrong. Kitaro and Ranger are arguing. I wonder what happened. I don't care about that. Let's see what Reko has to say. I really want to know. Exploring comes first. Might find something besides attractions. Love that for her. I love how Keiji's just in the middle with his, like, hand on his chin. Damn it. You gotta be screwing with me. Kitaro, what's the matter? Sara, this ranger guy just said that we can't go back to the first and second floors. I mean, you cleared him already, right? Hold on a second. Kai's laptop is down there. Who cares? We'll just confiscate that thing. No way! Damn it. It was unmistakably a clue. That laptop's the last thing I want to let you guys take. Humph. I don't know why I said that so angrily. I think this is just a thoughtful humph. Humph. Like that. Keiji. Bet Kitaro wants to find the truth about Kai. Ooh, is this the moment? Are we gonna finally learn about the Hades incident? Or, like, at the very least, talk about Kai more. About Kai? What a troublesome guy, leaving mystery after mystery. Was Kai a good person? I wonder if Kai was a good person after all. Some aspects suggested it. His anger for the victims and resistance against the kidnappers. Was Kai acting for good or for evil? Just whose side was he on? and we ended up making Kai a victim without knowing anything about him. But we can make inferences. Inferences. Friend or foe? Let's consider the possibilities. First, Kai confessed to having some contact with the kidnappers. So one possibility is that Kai was with the baddies. Like a director of the death game, for instance. Yet, Kai drew the sage card and died. In his last moments, he entrusted me with his hopes. I can't imagine him as an enemy. Incidentally, Sarah, you really didn't have any acquaintance with Kai? No. Huh. Then how about this one? Something like, Kai betrayed the kidnappers, and he was executed as an example? He did sock Miley after all. It's possible he earned their wrath, but maybe that's not it. Then here's the next possibility. Kai was on our side, but had some sort of communication with the kidnappers. Though in the same situation as all of us, he did dealings or missions in the shadows. Missions? Like what? You remember the first trial everyone took, right? Yes, that game where I was tied to a bed, and we had to find the key. It wasn't the same for everybody. Didn't Kyutaro say so? Yes, for Kyutaro, the trial was just to carry the box with Miley's head. Which would be annoying as hell. Did I mention that before? I feel like I mentioned this before, that I would be pissed off if I found out that that was somebody else's trial. Like, you're telling me I had to be strapped to a bed with, like, a friend or someone I know, and we both almost died? Meanwhile, you just had to lug around some stupid box? I would vote you out just for that. Ah, is that what you mean by missions? Yep. In short, Kai might also have been entrusted with a different mission. Yeah, like, I don't think we ever found out if Kai did have a first trial. I'm guessing he didn't because he wasn't supposed to be a participant or candidate or anything like that. They kind of just threw him in there last second. Anyway, like ensnare the other participants. No way. In other words, he was being manipulated, like a disposable pawn. Gah. There's one more. A very slight possibility, but one your friendly policeman liked to hope for. Eh? The possibility we've got an ally on the side of the kidnappers. Ooh, eh? In other words, there's a traitor among them. Among them, eh? Anyway, there's a traitor among them trying to destroy the death game from the inside. That person was in contact with Kai and had him assist with the plan. Well, Sarah, think that's out of the question? I feel like, what is he basing that possibility on, that Kai was working with someone, with the kidnappers? Nah, he's just kind of coming up with it out of the blue. But I feel like there might be a way to explain why he thinks this. I don't know when I'll mention it though. I want to mention it when he brings up the Hades incident, because I feel like, yeah, that's when I want to bring up all of the ideas I have on KG. So I want to wait until that happens. But I don't think that scene is now. I think it's later. One of the kidnappers is our ally? It's possible. I have no proof that could fully deny it, but looks like you can't wrap your head around it. There are clearly some illogical aspects, so... Well, all that's just my hope anyhow. Could be interesting if Miley was related to this, though. Wahaha. What? Huh? Stop saying things that confuse me. KG. I was just thinking, oh! Is this gonna be now? Has there been a similar case? What organization could do this? I guess both lead to the same answer. As a policeman, you don't have any ideas about an organization capable of executing this death game, do you? I might. What? You want to share it with the class? Or you want to keep this to your chest some more? It was decades ago, apparently. But I've read the files. There was a battle for influence between major crime rings. At the time... Oh, there we go. There's that memorandum music. I mean, it's not strictly memorandum music, but I just associate it with them. At the time, the police were putting their all into exterminating these organizations. Those living in the shadows had it pretty rough, so crime rings started laying waste to their own. That makes total sense. Because you're being hunted down by everyone else, why don't you just kill each other? That'll really help. But if you're just gonna mutually destroy each other, it's better to join hands, they thought. And so they executed a plan to unify the God damn it. Unify the crime rings into one monolith, in the ways of violence they're so adept at. Don't tell me that was, a death game. A mutual slaughter with rules. Scary stuff. The representatives had a grand battle. Can I speak? The representatives had a grand battle, and only one person survived. That survivor reigned at the top of the criminal society. I think it was called the HADES incident. HADES incident. Shot to the top of the criminal underworld, hence the HADES incident. But ultimately, the organization collapsed afterward. Justice always prevails. The police do their job sometimes, right? Sure, that's why you left the police, didn't you? Because they do their job so well? How relevant is it to this? Why didn't you mention it? Well done. Why didn't you mention it? Because I wasn't asked. This guy. And I figured it couldn't be very relevant. Did he keep it hidden because it was inconvenient? Or else so as to not make us uneasy? I need to be really forceful with this guy, or he's always going to dodge my questions. More importantly, we better get moving. Ranger was mentioning that the rest of the attractions have opened up all around here. Is that so? Think it'd be good to go looking for them? Tell me if I can help out with something. This policeman will be your partner, Sara. The attractions. I'll go look around. All right, so there you have it. I guess we do get to the HADES incident section of the game. So this would be a good time as Eddie to really talk about KG and what is going on with this guy. I have thought about this so much, I even wrote down like some notes. So let me grab them. All right, buckle up. I don't know how long this is gonna be. Hopefully not too long and not too boring for y'all. But as we know about KG's backstory, his life kind of revolved around the policeman that he kind of venerated when he was a kid. I mean, it didn't necessarily revolve around him, but he was definitely a major figure in his life. He was very important to him, and he was the ultimate reason that KG decided to become a policeman, because he wanted to help people, he wanted to protect them, and, you know, make them feel better, yada yada, all that good cheesy stuff. So after having such a good relationship with this policeman, KG decides to go ahead and join the police. And initially, it goes pretty well. He is having a great time. He meets his superior, Megumi Sasahara. Totally normal lady, nothing wrong with her. Yeah, totally. But when he tries to look for his mentor figure that he had as a kid, he realizes that he got fired. And as a result of learning that, he starts asking around about the policeman. He learns he got fired, and then someone tells him, which is really interesting, I have to say, that somebody knew what he was up to. Like, this person tells KG that the policeman had been looking into the police force itself. He was looking at possible corruption. I don't know if that person mentions that there was like an organization that he was looking into, like some secret organization, but they definitely mention he was looking into corruption in the police. And then after that, he got fired. And I think they even mentioned that it was Megumi who fired him. I don't know if KG goes to Megumi and immediately asks her, hey, why did you do that? If he does that before or after he shoots the policeman. But ultimately, what ends up happening is that he gets manipulated by Midori into shooting his mentor figure, this person who was so integral to his life when he was growing up. And that moment just breaks him. You know, he's traumatized, he's riddled with hallucinations, he can't get over his guilt. Because, I mean, he did kill someone. He killed somebody who was innocent as well, right? This happens when he's on duty. And he basically gets goaded into doing it by Midori during like a very tense situation. So as a result of that, he goes back to Megumi. They definitely have like a confrontation then, because he obviously, after having killed a civilian who wasn't, I think, holding a gun at all, he gets in trouble. But obviously, even in Japan, there is going to be corruption in the police force. That's something non-Kadai doesn't have to make up. But yeah, so Megumi pulls some strings, and though he should have been like really harshly reprimanded for killing an unarmed civilian, instead Keiji gets let off scot-free. And that's when Keiji realizes just how corrupt the police force is, because when he tries to bring this up with Megumi, she immediately shuts him down and is like, back off. And at some point we find out that he quits his job, leaves the police force, and I can't remember if this gets brought up itself or if this is just like my theory now, but I strongly believe that after Keiji leaves the force, he's not the kind of person who just sits on his hands and does nothing, right? He has to have been doing something between the time he left the police force and he appeared in the death game. And we do see that there has been some kind of progression in his life. You can see that he dyed his hair blonde, which I know in Japan is supposed to be, when people dye their hair blonde, that usually is supposed to be like a marker of them being like a delinquent. I remember reading that somewhere. It's essentially looked down upon if you dye your hair blonde, or I guess just dye your hair in general. That like says something about you. So yeah, definitely shit happened between the time Keiji left the police force and the game started. And yeah, like when we first meet Keiji and we learn he's a police cop guy, he mentions that before he woke up here, he had been like pursuing a lead or pursuing some people as part of like his cop duties. And he mentions a partner, but he cuts himself off. So that's very intriguing as well. And that just makes me believe that what he had been doing leading up to the death game was investigating Asunaro and the police force. He picked up where his mentor left off because he realizes that there is some kind of cover-up happening. He knows that his policeman was investigating the police for corruption. He knows that someone set him, Keiji, and the policeman up. They forced him to kill him. And that it was covered up by Megumi. So definitely he wouldn't have just given up on that. As we can see of him in the game, he's very traumatized. He's very much changed as a result of what happened. And given his like very obsessive personality, it is very in line for him to basically want to get to the bottom of things. I think he gave up on living after that. He doesn't really care about anything except getting to the bottom of what happened. And so he's been spending the rest of his time just investigating, trying to figure out what happened and why his mentor figure had to die. And I feel like that's why he knew about the HADES incident. He tries to pass it off as him just having checked out some case files and, just coming across this information, very willy-nilly. But the way he kind of brushes off Sara asking why he didn't bring it up, I don't know. All of it makes me think that he must have known about Asunaro. He might not have known the organization's name, but he definitely figured out that there is some shady shit going on and it has something to do with the HADES incident and these crime rings. And I feel like because he is so fixated on Sara, I can't help but wonder if he actually figured out that the Chidouins have something to do with this organization as well. So that was kind of the epiphany I had when I was playing through the flashback with Kai and Mr. Chidouin. I can't help but wonder if Mr. Chidouin was working with Keiji as well. He's Kai's man on the inside, but is he also Keiji's man on the inside? Does that make sense? Because we know that Mr. Chidouin was trying to run away from Asunaro around the time that the death game starts and Sara gets kidnapped and Kai tries to save her but ends up kidnapped as well. I feel like Mr. Chidouin was working with Keiji to bring down Asunaro, but, they got discovered, shit hit the fan, and that ended really badly. And so it would make sense for Keiji to fixate on Sara because knowing what Mr. Chidouin has told him, what was it her dad said? He said something along the lines of how she has like a lot of potential, like her destiny has a lot of potential of change. And Keiji also brings that up later on in the game when they go back to the first floor, I think, and they're investigating everything. He mentions how Sara is either their like salvation or their angel of death, something like something very dramatic like that. So it seems very much like he knows something's up with Sara. He knows that the death game and Asunaro are pivoting on Sara specifically. Something is going on with her. I don't think he has all of the pieces, but he has enough of an idea that that's the reason why he's been pushing Sara into a leadership role. He's trying to help her to grow, right? To become strong enough to face off against Asunaro. And even though he's helping her, he's still, I think, afraid of her to a certain extent, because he's not sure. Is she gonna be a force of good? Is she gonna be a force of evil? All he can do is try and sway her to one side, right? All he can do is give her the tools she needs to make the best informed decision she can. Well, not really informed actually, because he's not telling her shit, but you know what I mean. He's trying to essentially help her out. He's trying to help her grow, be a better leader, be someone who is independent, who is smart, thinks on her feet, all that good stuff. I mean, that makes sense, right? I'm not crazy. I'm really curious to know what you guys think, because I know everybody has people have very, very differing reactions when it comes to KG. And I think that's similar to Kyutaro. With So, I know he's mainly loved by the fandom. I know there's some people who don't really care for him, but for the most part, people really, really like him. And it makes sense why. I can see why. But with KG, people are a lot more like divided on him, as well as Kyutaro to a certain extent, but I'm seeing people like him more now. With KG, it's very wishy-washy because he is a very wishy-washy person. And I mean, I'm sure people have already come up with the idea or theory that KG knows more that he's letting on. He knows about Asunaro. So I'm really curious to see what ideas, what observations do you have about KG? Do you agree with what I basically word vomited here? Or do you have some differing ideas of what KG could be up to? I'm just reading through my notes right now to make sure I mentioned everything. And I didn't. Girl, I have been talking for so long. Sorry about that. But yes, so he does mention having worked with a partner. That's what made me think maybe he was talking about Mr. Chidouin. Is Mr. Chidouin his partner? And he's been, investigating Asunaro with him. Or it could have been Shinobu Gokujo as well, who left Asunaro and decided to, skedaddle out of there because he wasn't happy with the death game aspect. Who would be? Although I think that's a bit more, could be, but I don't think Shinobu technically would, because he's still a criminal. It's not like he's like, hey, actually, Asunaro sucks, you guys. Maybe we shouldn't be criminals anymore. It was more just, hey, can we stop killing each other? That's so weird. That's so random, you guys. But yeah, so I don't think he would have worked with KG because he's a criminal. He wants to keep being a criminal. But maybe, their interests align for the moment. And it would work with KG being more morally gray for him to work with a criminal who he knows wants to keep being a criminal. But because they both don't want Asunaro and the Death Game project to succeed, maybe he was willing to overlook that for the moment. You know what I mean? There's also that. So yeah, very much I believe that KG was investigating Asunaro. He figured out some things, he made some connections. Maybe he was working with Mr. Chidouin or Shinobu, and perhaps he was confronting Megumi with what he'd found the day that he gets taken by Asunaro. He does mention he was with a partner, so that makes me wonder, maybe him and Mr. Chidouin were taken at the same time. That's also another possibility, because we never saw Mr. Chidouin at the house. It was only Sara's mother who was there, and she was passed out. Man, she got off lucky, eh? She didn't get taken, which is nice. I mean, sure, your husband and your daughter are gone, but yay, at least you're not part of the death game. But yeah, so he knows more than he's letting on. Not me constantly. My theories always have to do with, I think this person knows more than they're letting on about Asunaro. I'm sorry, but that's how I feel. Anyway, so that's why he has so much of a vested interest in Sara and her transformation, right? Her becoming a more stronger, independent, smarter person. Now, why is he doing it? Is he preparing her for a final confrontation? Is he trying to figure out how much she knows? Whether she's culpable or not? Or is it a secret third thing we just don't know yet? As for his wish, Jesus Christ, this is so long, I'm sorry you guys. But for his wish, I think, well, obviously because we didn't learn about it in the most recent chapter, it's definitely going to be a huge spoiler, which makes me believe it definitely had something to do with Asunaro. I think it would make most sense if his wish was ultimately learning more about the organization. He would have been so obsessed trying to figure out what the policeman was like looking into when he got killed, when he got, murked by Asunaro and the police force, that it makes me think he would have been driven to figure out what's going on to get to the bottom of things. He's learned about the HADES incident. He's learned that there's some organization operating in the shadows. Maybe he knows about the Chidouins. So maybe his wish, he probably met with Midori, so he knows that this is a trap. He knows he shouldn't sign this form. And technically he does get manipulated into signing it, but he's very, very conscious of the fact that if he does this, things are not going to be good for him. They're not making him sign this consent form to go on a ride or something. Like, this is going to be a big deal. Maybe he even knows that it might be something similar to the death game that's going to happen to him. But because he is so obsessed with learning the truth behind why he had to kill the policeman, he signs the consent form because his wish is to get to the bottom of things, to learn more, to know the truth. That's what he's supposed to be doing as a policeman, and that's what he wants to do now. Like, from what we know about him, I think it makes the most sense, and it would explain why we didn't get to see, we didn't get to shine the lantern on him and find out what his backstory was like we did with the other characters. I don't know. What do you guys think? That was a lot of information I unloaded onto you, but I'm sure a lot of you had similar ideas about KG. Even though I have looked around, but I never really noticed anything similar. Like, nobody had mentioned it online from what I could see. But I am not the most online person. Like, I have no Twitter, I have no Instagram. Technically I do have Instagram and I do have TikTok. Check them out, @YourTurnToRant, even though I do not post anything on there. I want to eventually, but I might as well be a grandma because I do not get social media and I never will. But yeah, I haven't checked all the places, so there definitely probably are theories about KG that are similar to this running around. Anyway, regardless of that fact, what do you guys think? What do you believe KG's deal is, if anything? I'm very curious to know if people agree with me or if you have a different idea, because usually I am really off the mark with these things and somebody in the comments will remind me of something really important that I totally missed that was really obvious. So yeah, leave it all in the comments. I would love to read. I would love to respond. And now that we've been here for, oh my god, it's been like 20 minutes, I think. Let's continue. Let's play just a little bit more. I want to see if we can get to like day 1 afternoon or evening or whatever it is. So we'll do one more attraction and then maybe I'll end things here. What is it, Sara Chidouin? Alice, I take it you have business with the attractions beyond here? I thought so. Attractions appeared here? What, you didn't notice? Wahaha, so my observational skill is superior. Over there, and here. Discovered 3 death attractions. Death attractions, okay. Challenge them if you're up to it. And tell me if you seek my observational skills. There's no need to be afraid. Right, I'm not afraid at all. So, what did you want to talk about? Yes, well, I wanted to know, who you've traded tokens with. Alice, he's doing his best to collect Reko's tokens. From people other than Reko. He's too cute sometimes. Even if this is a fake outside, it feels nice, meow. Alright, let's go ahead. What's the easiest to play? Fly swatter? What? Now's not the time for attractions. Okay, I might have lost the plot, so I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I think I need to follow Kyutaro, because he's sad. Ain't gonna let Ranger do what he pleases. What? What the hell am I supposed to be doing? Oh my god. Oh, maybe we talk to Mishima? Sara. Kana. Hey there. So, I worried you, huh? Kana explained it to me. It's just one shock after another. I couldn't blame anyone for being paralyzed. This guy must be the best actor there ever was. He might be a normal job hopper, but he's like an amazing hacker and an amazing actor and an amazing liar. You love to see it. Sara, it looks like attractions have appeared in a few places. Yeah, so I heard. It looks like you can go to 3 more attractions from here, in fact. What? Look, behind you. He's right. There are paths on the opposite side. Discovered 3 death attractions. I wonder, maybe some locations opened up other than the attractions. Let's search for a little longer, Kana. Okay. So that's all the attractions that opened? It might be about time to continue on with clearing attractions. Finally, Jesus Christ. What's easy? This takes a while. Is there anything that's a little bit harder? Jesus, everything's normal. Finally, hard. This was impossible to do on my laptop. It was so goddamn difficult. So I'm really curious to see if it'll be easier on PC. But I am gonna say first, because I don't believe in myself. All right, here we go. So, Rekko, Alice. My bestie Rekko. Oh yeah. If I give you 30 of my tokens... Oh my god, I hate it when they did this. No. But everybody's gonna ask me to do that, so... I do need her tokens. Just gotta stay put on this one, yeah? Motion and stillness. I'll show you I'm good at both. I believe you, because I always believe women. Hashtag feminism. Stay on target, begin. We'll start with me. Oh my god, forgot how creepy these bitches were. Okay. Yep. You could say I'm pretty amazing. But I will probably skip past all of this. Because this must be boring to watch.
Eventually.
Okay. Oh, did I do it? Yay! Oh my god. Rekko, were you looking? Did you see how good I did? Hehe, I didn't even need help. Does that impress you, or... Hell yes. Piece of cake, Sara. Sorry to be selfish, but I'm taking 2 clear chips. To make up for it, I'll give you 30 tokens. I'm only allowing it because it's Rekko. Otherwise, I would have been pissed. With that, this attraction is done. Negotiation. Jesus Christ, is this still day 1? Sara, wanna trade 20 tokens between you, me, and now? You see, I decided with Rekko that we'd trade 20 tokens each, but you know, gotta cross this shaky bridge together. For instance, we could pass 20 tokens like this, me to Sara to now, or pass them the other way, now to Sara to me. This way, we won't need to have extra trade partners in the future, see? So they're daring to trade them like this instead of an equal share. Wait, how many did Alice need again? Was it 30? Did you need 30 tokens? Yeah, you need 20 tokens. And you need to give them. Okay. I'm gonna save in case I'm wrong. but I believe Alice only needs 20 tokens. So let's see what Kana has to say. Can we talk? So seems to have gotten tired and fallen asleep. I can only talk now while he's resting, so... Don't tell me, did you learn something important? I'm sorry, it's nothing like that, I'm afraid. Come to think of it, I've never really gotten to have a calm talk with Kana before. Either she hates my guts or I hate hers. Kana just wants to chat with someone. Yes, I believe I will, because we learn more about her lore, her backstory. Really? Hooray! I wanted to talk to you too, Kana. Sara, I'll pour some tea. I've never seen Kana so cheerful before. Kana feels like she's been a burden for a long while now. Kana, don't worry about it. Do you regret it? You should reflect. Do you regret it? Obviously. I'm gonna be nice, because I can't be mean. All the things you've done, you couldn't help it. But Sara and now, both of you, are being positive and moving ahead. Kana, girly, I feel bad because, Sara and now are both very young as well for what's happening with them. But Kana, especially, she's like a middle schooler, I think. I don't know how old middle schoolers are. She's like, what, 14 or something? Don't quote me on that. She's young, is what I mean. So, it's especially difficult. Who the hell would expect a middle schooler to be totally fine with the fact that their sister died and it was kind of sort of not really their fault because, they were the only one that could have done something about it. Kana's a hopeless girl. On her own, she can't walk or even stand. You're standing and walking now. I was just gonna say that. Doesn't that count? Sara. Sara, you're like a warrior. Like a samurai. I could see you with a katana. Well, I was in the kendo club in middle school. Whoa, I knew it! If you were a senior at Kana's school, she'd look up to you so much. You must be so popular. I did get a love letter from a younger girl once, but hell yeah. You know what that means? Sara's rolling with the LGBT. Sure enough. A frivolous chat. An empty conversation that was just fun. I realized I'd forgotten about them for so long. Those peaceful, ordinary days. Kana likes how cool you sound, Sara. Haha, thanks. Actually, once I got to high school, I tried to cure myself of talking like this. Eh? Did you really? It was a little embarrassing, since most girls aren't quite so brusque. How do you pronounce that? Brusque. Brusque. You know what I mean. But No, it's nothing. Sara, you're just like my sister. Huh? Both in strength and in kindness. But my sister wasn't always kind from the moment we met. The moment they met. Guess I win! You aren't blood related? Kana, are you and your sister not blood related? Right. See, Kana's adopted. Ah, she came to her current family from an orphanage when she was little. So you and her had different parents. Mom and Dad were really kind. Kana was determined to always smile, childishly I can't speak. Childishly thinking I can't trouble them. And Kana's sister didn't seem to like that. Stop it, Kugie. Why do you do such cruel things? No, it's fine. Kana's not angry. She's not, really. Look, see? Ha 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 ha. Hee 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 hee. What are you always laughing for? Huh? You're creepy. I hate it. Hey, stop that. Apologize, Kugie. Even then, I kept on smiling. I didn't want to make my sister out as a villain. But one day, when it became unbearable, I ran away from home. Sniff, sob. I couldn't go home. I didn't want to. Thinking about myself, I sat in the park with a bucket on my head and cried. They really want us to believe that this bucket ended up being the bucket that she started wearing now? Did it get stuck on the top of her head? She just grew into it? Because, like, that bucket looks huge in the CG. I don't think it would have grown small enough for her to wear, like, a few years after this. Anyway. Hey, what you doing, brat? Obviously, this is Joe, like, just going off of that hair, which I think is really... I want to stop saying interesting. But, like, that's really strange, right? Technically, Joe and Kana knew each other when they were younger. Just for a split moment. But their lives intersected. I don't know, seems kinda sus. What's with the bucket? You're funny. Sniff, sniffle. Huh? You crying? Alright. How's that, eh? Look at me. Come on, funny, right? Aw, he's trying to make her smile. Ooh, what are you doing? Huh? How dare you? Putting a bucket on her head and making fun of her? Beat it, you. That is Joe's lot in life. As kind as he is, everybody thinks the worst of him. He's kind of like a punching bag, but it's funny, so I'll allow it. I wasn't teasing her. Liar. Kana's crying, isn't she? Don't be cruel to my little sister. That was the first time she called me little sister. You still crying? Sorry, sister. So you cried too, Kana. Kana, I'm sorry. Sister, Mom and Dad are worried, so let's get home quick, okay? Okay. Ever since then, my sister and I got along really well. I see. Without any blood relation, Kana and her sister got along really, really well. Aww. Kana will definitely go home. Because she needs to tell Mom and Dad that she failed to save her sister. Sorry, that's mean. I don't actually believe that. Determination. A kind of determination. Much too heavy for a girl her age to bear. Determination? Sorry, this is the wrong indie game for that. I should be going soon. So might wake up after all. Thank you very much, Sarah. Well, that's it for discussions. Woof, it hurts, meow. What's wrong, Gin? The two of us went and did an attraction, but I couldn't quite protect him. KG! Bro, what's the point of you then? First you can't protect your policeman, now you can't protect Gin. God, I'm sorry. Why am I coming for all of these characters? I love them all, I mean it, even if it doesn't seem like it. This is how I show my love, okay? Big Sis Sarah, I'm okay, meow. Just a scratch, woof. But you're bleeding. I can lick it better, Wolf? Okay, don't do that. Would be nice to have somewhere to care for wounds. Would you like to go to the medical office? Should I just have the weirdest voice when I read her dialogue? Because literally, that's what she looks like. She deserves to have, like, a weird and wacky voice. What do you want? Scram, Wolf. But it wouldn't be good if the wound was left to fester. Okay, I'm not a voice actor, okay? So it's not gonna be good, alright? I just said I would do a voice, not that it would be a good one. Just so you know. You've got no right to be worrying over me, melon soda lady. Meow. Sniff. Medical treatment for participants is just part of my job, you see. Can't exactly believe you that easily. Or are you willing to take a vow, Safalin? A vow? Interesting. I vow that I will cause him no harm. I won't go back on my word. Can't trust her, Woof. I'd be mad if she remodeled my body into some weird superhuman, meow. Hey, that sounds kinda cool. Did they even know about dolls, technically? No. Interesting that he just came up with that off the dome. You do it if you want it that much, meow. I won't force it upon you, but I definitely do think you should get treatment. What to do? I will always trust Safalin with my life. Because I trust women. This is becoming a very feminist episode, ain't it? As every episode should be. Let's try trusting Safalin. Big Sis Sarah, are you serious, meow? Yeah, If she's about to do something bad, Keiji and I will protect you. I mean, Keiji already isn't doing a very good job of protecting him, so I guess it's on us. Sounds good to me. Thank you very much. Please, follow me this way. I already forgot what voice I did for her. Jesus. This is the medical office. What's this place, Meow? Does it lead outside, Wolf? Ah, no. Everything you see as outside is an image projected onto the glass cabinets. An image? Yes. Currently, we're displaying a soothing tropical scene. How do you like it? Huh? You're right, it does feel nice. Feels like the AC's tuned just right for it, too. How observant. I actually manage this room myself. It serves as a laboratory as well. A laboratory, girl? Oh, and it's like a tropical island, right? Just like Your Time to Shine was on like an island? Oh, I'm connecting the dots. I don't know what the dots are, but I'm connecting them. So we can heal again? Yes. The medical supplies are over here. Cephalin is looking my way. Please, take it easy. Keiji is tending to Gin's wound. It's lighter than I thought. Does it hurt, Gin? It doesn't, but I want to have Big Sis Sara heal it for me, Meow. See, he doesn't trust Keiji either. I mean, I can't say I blame him. Well now, got me in a sore spot. A wound like this should be fine just being washed in water and bandaged. Ah, I have some salve that speeds up cellular repair, so if you use that as well, it will more quickly. Sure that's not dangerous? Understood. Please look at this. Cephalin cut her own hand, making it bleed. So that's confirmation she's not a doll? And you use it like so on the bleeding area. See? It isn't dangerous, is it? He's like, okay. Thanks for that demonstration. Proving it with your own body, eh? Got it. She's the best, I love her. I just love how off-putting she is. That's my favorite quality in a woman. Keiji and Gin are talking in whispers. Mr. Policeman. Mr. Policeman. What's up? Is it okay to give Big Sis Sara this, Meow? No, better not give her that. I wonder what they're talking about? Do you have something for me? Meow? It's nothing, Woof. Well, that's pretty suspicious. I'm gonna pretend I didn't see because I don't want hallucinations. I don't know what he hid from me, but I'll pretend I didn't see anything. It's nothing, Meow. Don't worry about it, Woof. Got it. I'll trust you again. Yeah, hee. Oh, we're so cute. Well, we've treated Gin, so let's leave. Right. If you get hurt, please come back again. Got it. Thank you. I'll say thank you. Hee. We'll make use of it again. There's no reason to thank her, Meow. It's because of these guys we're getting hurt, Woof. Apologies. Let's go, you two. I wanted to talk with her some more. We left the medical office behind. Oh, day 1 night. Reko's glancing at me to call me over. I wonder what it is. This might be when we do the Room of Lies with Reko. So let me go ahead and save. And what we're gonna do now is, as much as I love and respect and cherish and will protect and die for women, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to ignore Reko this time because we have to end this video here. It's been like, I want to say 2.5 hours. I'm definitely going to be cutting down this video quite a bit, so hopefully it won't be that long. But this is as good a time as any to end things. I think we got not super duper far or anything, but I think we got a decent amount of the way through. We talked about quite a few things. I think the most important thing, the Hades incident and KG and his whole situation, that was like the major thing that I was dying to talk about for the longest time. So I am so happy I finally managed to film that and get that out of the way. So I am gonna go ahead and end things here. I would love to know what you guys thought so far. What things stood out to you? Was there anything I mentioned that, struck a chord in you that made you think of something? Did you disagree with some stuff that I brought up? Did you notice things that I didn't? All of that lovely stuff, you can leave that all below in a comment. And of course, the usual, please, please, please feel free to like and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. And I will see you in the next video, whenever that happens to be, hopefully soon. Bye.